Wait Podcast.
No 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 Wait Podcast. No Wait. We done stepped up, good.
Hey, welcome to No Wait Podcast, episode 15. I'm your host, Shady Mercs. To my left, I have my ball and chain, Brittany. And at the end, I have my sister, Kaylin.
What up?
And we're going to have a little debate. So this is going to be No Wait Podcast, man versus woman. So we're going to get on to our first topic of today. All right, I got a little segment. So we all know Sean for a little bit. Deej, the other co-host. So,
Deej.
What y'all think about Deej?
He's funny as hell.
He is a funny dude.
He's funny.
I think there's other side to Deej that we don't know about. On this podcast, he said he makes porn playlists. That if a girl got raped by more than one dude, that he wouldn't stay with her. I feel like there's some character issues that we should bring up here. So I'm calling Deej the homie court.
Hey.
All right, so Deej is on homie court for skipping today's podcast.
Yep.
So
To what? What is he doing?
he's skipping the podcast today. So,
No, what is he doing?
Oh, he's packing up his fucking apartment
packing.
so he can fucking move either farther fucking away from civilization to fucking somewhere. I'm not gonna say where, but he skipped the podcast, so he has to come on homie court today. So, do you think his reason is like good enough to skip the podcast?
No.
No. Okay. So,
He could have took a little bit of time
oh,
to come over here and do it real quick and then go
45
back home and
minutes.
finish.
okay. So that's one. What do you think?
I feel like you guys do this every week. You guys need to dedicate yourselves to say your speech.
Oh well.
He complains at you all the time if you don't want to.
I mean, the jury has spoken, Deej, and I think you're guilty in this case. So.
Call it as I see it.
Duh. So you're guilty on that charge. You're guilty on the charge of skipping the podcast.
Shame on you.
Shame on you. Another thing. The charge of looking like a lizard. So.
Rango. No, is it Rango?
Rango. Any amphibian or reptile will do. But, so, all in favor for guilty looking like a reptile, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, so you're guilty. I'm just joking. Deej is a good co-host. He's cool, I guess. He's acting like a little hoe sometimes. But so you're guilty on both counts in homie court. So your sentence is you have to eat someone's ass on the next podcast.
Can you sit on in the aisle, please? Can you leave my church and go put on man clothes? And don't come here like that no more.
Thank you, Jesus.
I hold a standard in here. Whatever you do on the outside is your business. And I will not let drag queens come in here. And y'all gonna come in here, you're gonna dress like a man. Now, whatever you do on the outside, that's your business. But when you come in this house, if you're a man, dress like a man. If you're a woman, you dress like a woman.
There's a lot to talk about on this one. First of all, how are you going to tell somebody that they can't come to church? And
I think he can though, because I mean that's his church, that's his house.
But how are you going to tell them they can't do that?
But you can tell people to have a
Everybody has a right to do that.
Churches have dress codes. That's a dress code.
But if in the dress code it says you got to dress like a man if you're a man, I'm pretty sure that's not in there.
It's how everybody identify themselves.
Right, I'm
but
pretty
in
sure.
In the eyes of God though, like that shit's not cool though. Like it's there's a man and there's a woman. So I feel like that would be like walking in there with fucking, I mean, it's not as extreme, but that's like walking in there with like something like with criticizing like their religion. Like if they're a Christian church, you walk in there like with an anti-Christian message on your t-shirt or something like that. Whatever's going against their beliefs, they're not gonna fly with that.
I feel like they should be able to do whatever the fuck they want to do. And even if he had to say something, he didn't have to do it in front of the whole church and embarrass them like that.
I mean, I feel like he did the right thing.
He
And
could have.
the people in the room obviously thought so too. They was saying thank you Jesus and amen and all that.
Closed-minded.
But when you walking into a church like that, what do you expect? I mean, come on now. What do you expect?
You have your religion. You follow your religion. You shouldn't have to worry about what somebody else is doing. And technically, she, whatever. What was it?
It was a man dressed as a woman. It was drag
okay. That person wasn't affecting anybody in any way. I could see if they were disturbing everything or something, but he was just sitting there. Technically, it's not bothering.
That's a distraction, though.
Then don't look at him. They're letting him distract them. I believe you should accept everybody for how they are. If you get too caught up on because they're not like you or do this.
I mean, I'm not saying. I'm defending it to the point where he has a right to say that he doesn't want that in his church because they have a dress code. It's his church, and it's his rules. Like, he's the pastor or the preacher. Like, it's his rules. If he says you gotta go, you gotta go.
Even if he was gonna say something, he didn't have to do it in front of the entire church and embarrass that person. I mean, he could have took him to the side and explained to him, and then had him leave. Not make a scene. I kind of feel like he did that on purpose so he could get, somebody planned that.
Yeah.
I mean,
so he could get likes and he could get, his 15 minutes of fame.
I'm just defending his right to kick them out. I feel like he has the right to. And on some level, I get what he's saying. Because, I mean, there's a certain time and place for everything. You don't walk into a situation when you already know the outcome. You know what I mean? Don't walk into the oven when you know it's going to be hot. Don't. And then when you get burnt, don't be surprised. Thoughts on Thanksgiving? What are your guys' thoughts on Thanksgiving? Like, when you think of Thanksgiving, what comes to mind?
Family.
Food.
Not what really happened.
Okay, so before we get into the nit and gritty, what's everybody's favorite meal Thanksgiving? What's something that you can't look for, like you wait for, like you waiting to go to the family get together just for that one certain dish? Mine's macaroni for sure, macaroni and cheese.
All right, so I like mashed potatoes and gravy, but the last few years I've been living with Puerto Rican family. I like arroz con gandules with pork shoulder. That's my shit.
Okay. What's your guys' thoughts on cranberry sauce? Y'all like it or fuck no? Yeah, I hate that shit too. Some people live and die by it, but like I don't even think I've ever seriously had it for real. But it just sounds disgusting. Okay, so we got the nice shit out of the way. Okay, so what were you guys taught about Thanksgiving in like school? Like what was your earliest memory of Thanksgiving like as a holiday? Like not like the get together, not the family side, but the actual history side. Like the very first Thanksgiving.
The Indians basically got tricked and massacred.
Yeah, but they didn't teach us that in school though. So like to me in school go ahead.
I think later on in school, like middle school, high school, they started dipping into that, but not in elementary school. Elementary school was just the good side.
Yeah. So, like, what do you guys think about Thanksgiving? Do you think it's like represented right today? Like, do you think today there's still like in the mass portrayal, like on television, commercials, like media? Do you think like Thanksgiving is portrayed like as all the pilgrims and the Indians, or do you think they kind of strayed away from that because the truth is more out there and now it's more about like food and family, Because like think back in the day, they had Charlie Brown Thanksgiving. Which was about the pilgrims and stuff like that. They had like, you'd be in school and it'd be like little calendars to the pilgrims and shit like that. And then, it'd be like shit about pilgrims. Now you really don't hear nothing about that. Or, even Christopher Columbus. Like Columbus Day is called Indigenous People Day because like the truth is out about the pilgrims. So, I mean, I feel like Thanksgiving is a really fucked up holiday, depending on how you look at it, I guess. Because it's a bad side, and then there's a good side. Like, okay, well, even though it was fucked up, those people formed the country we have today, but they also genocided a whole race. Yeah, so
I think that we've strayed away from that. I think that what we were taught then or what it was about back then isn't how it is now. Now it's just about food and getting together and eating. Because anytime you see anybody Facebook post about Thanksgiving, they're like, oh, I can't wait to go eat this, and that with these people.
Yeah.
So it's not about, rarely you see people say, oh, I'm giving thanks for this, and that.
Well, I mean, you're supposed to. I mean, I remember even back when, when grandma had her Thanksgiving and stuff, like, aunts and uncles would, like, sit up and, like, talk about, oh, we're thankful for this, thankful for that. But, like, like you said, that shit don't happen no more.
Yeah, rarely.
I feel like holidays in general are kind of like that, too. Like, the holiday, like, theme is kind of dead because everything's, like, so politically correct. Like, even like Christmas, like, you can't put, like, Santa Claus up certain places. Like, you can't put, like, like more or less like Santa Claus.
I mean,
you can't. Most places don't even let you call it Christmas. Honestly,
I get it because it's out of respect for other people and their religion and what they believe in. Because like at my daughter's daycare, they were gonna have a Halloween party, but they couldn't call it a Halloween party. They had to call it a harvest party. And I'm like, oh, okay. I mean,
I feel like that's bullshit though. Because like, why are people so sensitive? Like, it's
their religion.
But there's so many different religions. You have to just be accepting of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that's not true.
That's dumb. It is. If you don't, I would see if, the Halloween thing, I would see if there was another, like, if they had a holiday on Halloween and it was like their version. But that's saying like, we all live in a house and my religion celebrates Halloween or something. Your guys' don't. So I can't celebrate it all just because you guys would feel bad. You know what I mean? It's like, fuck that. Like, it's my holiday. Just if you don't want to celebrate it, don't fucking celebrate it, but don't stop me from celebrating, you know? That's how I feel.
And another thing about Halloween is certain religions don't celebrate it just because of the fact they feel like it's an evil day. Like it's not a good thing to celebrate. I
mean, but certain religions like sacrifice goats and shit like that. I mean, that's kind of just as bad to me.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I think people are too politically correct. It's not that I don't care. It's just like I never said I didn't care.
More or less, you said it.
No,
if
I
you see it in their perspective, then you would why they get so.
But just because it's not your religion and it's mine, it means I can't celebrate. That's bullshit. Because I don't run to you and say you can't celebrate Rasha Kaka or whatever the fuck it is. Like, do whatever the fuck you want. Like, do it. Like, I'm not stopping from doing that. Why can't I celebrate Christmas? You celebrate Christmas, I celebrate Hanukkah. I'll dress as Santa Claus. You walk around with the candle, and I'm not gonna give you shit. Don't give me shit. Like, why should we not fucking celebrate either one and call it fucking happy holidays? Like, you know what I mean? That's just all I'm saying. People are too politically correct. Everything's just it's a witch hunt now, and it's fucking, everybody's just trying to make something out of fucking everything. People are just way too fucking sensitive, I think.
I agree. I mean, not with all of that, but people are too sensitive these days.
So our next topic is about voting. So I'm a big advocate of voting, but like, I don't know, certain points where like I needed to vote, like, I don't know, shit came up or stuff. Yeah, what do you guys think?
I'm definitely voting 100%.
All right, cool. What about you, Kay?
I've never voted before, but I don't know. I want to vote now. I'm gonna register to vote. I feel like it is important, and I feel if a lot of people who don't vote, who feel like, oh, my vote's not gonna make a difference, it will if all those people turn around and be like, hey, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go vote today, because for real, it's gonna affect your life in some way, one way or another. You might as well have a say in it.
That's 100% correct. Like, I feel like some people, like, in the last presidential election were like, oh, you know, it's not really gonna matter. Hillary's gonna beat Trump. Like, my vote doesn't count. I guarantee if just the people who thought that their vote didn't count voted, he wouldn't become president. Like, half the people complaining now probably didn't vote.
Yeah, after that election, I was like, oh, I'm a vote.
Yeah,
I'm gonna vote now because like this is ridiculous.
I mean, it's like a big eye opener. Because I mean, look now, look who our president is right now. Like, our president be tweeting on the regular. Like, he tweets. Like,
I don't even tweet like that.
You ever heard Obama fucking tweet? I didn't heard him tweet at all. This motherfucker be tweeting. He be tweeting slang. He be hashtag MAGA, hashtag fucking a whole bunch of shit. Like, this dude is a clown. He's a fucking clown. And, like, the reason he's in there is because fucking people don't vote, and the people who do vote are just fucking redneck hillbillies or fucking just brainwashed fucking losers. It's true.
I used to think that, like, whoever voted for Trump is, like, why? What's wrong with you, you know? But I met somebody who was a Trump supporter, and he wasn't, like, too bad of a person in real life.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're all bad, or I don't think they're all, like, racist or anything like that, but I just think, like, the majority of them are. I just feel like if someone supports Trump, to me, I feel like I can't be cool with you just because if you support him, I feel like you support what he says. And a lot of the shit he says is fucking wild, crazy, offensive to me, my people, everything. Like, he's not for anybody I know, more or less. He's not benefiting anybody I know. And even if like people bring up like the economy and the taxes and stuff like that, but like, okay, so him doing that, is that worth accepting his whole character, like the way he is and stuff like that? I don't think it is. The good doesn't outweigh the bad to me, more or less.
He's a shitty person.
Yeah.
90s versus now. So like shit in the 90s versus like how it is now. So like foods, TV shows, culture, music, movies, shit like that. Like,
so
cartoons. Let's tackle cartoons.
Cartoons in the 90s were way better than these cartoons now.
Oh yeah,
100%.
They had storylines. They had characters you liked. These fucking cartoons now are crazy.
They look weird.
And honestly, I feel like cartoons are dying. Honestly, I feel like the new cartoons are these YouTube kids. Like these kids on YouTube playing with toys, or their parents acting like child predators, running around acting crazy. That one family I hate. If you're watching this, I hate you.
Oh my god.
Who?
Stop. No, I'm not even gonna say it. Don't say it.
I'm gonna say it. Them FGTV.
FGTV, I love you.
No,
you
I
are
can't.
fucking
I can't.
awesome.
I mean, he's probably a good guy, but that guy is just too much.
No, that's
he's
like
not.
the type of family I aspire to have.
No, he's too much, man.
No.
Love you guys.
Too much. So yeah, like that's like the new cartoon today, like fucking YouTube TV, people playing with toys and shit. Movies back then used to be dope. Like I feel like movies back then were really like scary when they came out. Like
Okay, scary movies, no. But I feel like movies now are a whole lot better than they were back then. I couldn't sit and watch a movie from the 90s these days.
what?
Compared to all the different stuff that you can do now in the movies.
I could watch movies from the 80s.
It's
now.
more enjoyable.
Rocky came out in like I think 70 something. I could watch Rocky every day of my life. Like Scream, Halloween.
Overall, no. I think now today's movies and stuff is better.
There's some early 2000 movies I can't. The way they look.
Yeah.
I mean, but you gotta understand that's what they had back then. Everything's gonna age. That's like saying like Spyro and Crash and all that shit. That ain't good because it's old now. You know what I mean?
Video
I love
games.
those games.
Everything ages.
That's different, but it's different.
Video games, yeah. I miss video games from back then.
Nah, video games now are definitely better. I think so. They're bigger. Like you can do more shit.
True.
Back in the day,
But just remember, just getting into the zone, playing Spyro or Crash or Donkey Kong.
That's like your first introduction to games, so I mean, like a nostalgic moment.
Yeah.
I feel like we're always gonna be biased towards the 90s and like early 2000s because that's when we're like coming up and shit. But that's a good debate too. 90s versus early 2000s. That's a good debate because I feel like early 2000s might win low key. Low key, definitely music. Music in no, take that back. 90s music was better, but like shit in the early 2000s was hard. Like I don't know, it was a lot nicer. Like a lot of like big rap people, they blew up in like the early 2000s, like after Tupac and shit. Like Jay-Z, Biggie, Nelly was big early 2000s.
Yeah.
Usher.
Yeah, the music was
Mariah
pretty
Carey,
good
Alicia
too.
Keys, everybody. Early 2000s was fire. Harry Potter,
Oh,
Lord of the Rings,
Harry Potter.
fucking everything, dude. All these little fucking. I know what you did last.
I love you,
summer
Harry
shit.
Potter. By the way, that was my favorite movie and still is my favorite movie of all time.
Remember you auditioned for that shit?
Yes.
Chink chink.
I sent in a photo. I sent in a basically an essay why I should be Cho Chang. 90s style.
90s style was low-key kind of trash.
Yeah.
Like baggy as fuck ass shit. Button ups. Fucking plaid. Early 2000s was even worse. Yeah, like the tees to the knees. Huge ass fucking cargo fucking pants.
Yeah. Styles come a long way since then.
In like 2010, 2011, it was like super skinny jeans, little baby tees. Everybody's looking like everything shrunk. Now everybody's just wearing Supreme and stupid shit like that. Shout out Target gang. What was your favorite thing about the 90s?
She probably doesn't remember.
I know. I didn't live a whole lot of the 90s.
I feel like it was safer back then. Like, as far as, like, you don't see a whole lot of kids nowadays allowed to play in the front yard, like in a regular laid-out neighborhood. I wouldn't let my kids play in the front yard because so many things can happen.
You just pull up, grab them.
Yeah.
Like that.
Child trafficking, human trafficking, all that stuff is really big right now.
Everything's like people shooting up schools and movie theaters. Like, I mean, some stuff like happened like that, but it didn't happen like this, like it does now.
Happening every day.
Like, you don't have to go into a movie theater and just be like afraid of something happening. You know what I mean? Like, people now are just fucking crazy.
Yep.
Double standards. Okay, so say a man rapes another man. Say a man rapes a woman.
Okay.
Do you think they're equal, or you think one's worse than the other?
I think it's equal.
Cool.
But you laugh at one of them, you don't laugh at the other, right?
No.
Okay, so your true feelings tell me that you're...
No, it's just I didn't expect you to say that.
I just think there's double standards in certain situations.
Alright, so my crazy story is more of a what the fuck. This is terrible story. So me and I was pregnant with my daughter. I don't know, it was probably like 4 or 5 months. And me and her dad and her dad's sister decided to go to Daytona Beach in the middle of the night. So we park in this place that says you can't park there, basically. It's like connected to a hotel or something. And we're out on the beach, we're walking around, and we turn around and there's a tow truck getting ready to hook up the car and take it away. So we're running back and we go, no, we'll leave. And he's like, nope. And then he hooks it up. And as he's driving off, I'm chasing him pregnant and banging on his window. Like, that's how pissed off I was. So we ended up seeing this guy who also got his car towed. So he offered to pay for the taxi to take us to the towing place. And he even helped us, paid to help us get our car back. So it was pretty lucky, but it's like, damn, what the fuck? This is a crazy ass night. We didn't get home till like 5 a.m.
I don't know.
Yeah, super unlucky. Don't park where it says no parking. Because it will tow your shit.
No, go ahead.
Alright, so this was like middle school. Alright, so I used to fucking hate going to school in middle school. So me and my friend Dewan, we would skip school. So one day I skipped school and walked to the local mall. And it was probably like a good 2 or 3 miles away from my middle school. It took a minute to get there. So I walked to the mall, and I'm in the mall. I'm chilling. I'm looking at shit. My friend Dewan, he stole some shit from Spencer's, and we walk around the mall, and I just feel a hand on my shoulders. What the fuck? It's my uncle. It's Uncle David. He's like, what you doing here? I'm like, I thought it was cute. I was like, I'm on vacation. It's a vacation. I'm just playing. I'm skipping school. And he's like, I ain't gonna tell your dad. You need to go back to school. Blah blah blah. I'm like, all right. He's like telling me about my friend. He's like, oh yeah, he look like he steal. Blah blah blah. Just don't hang around him and go back to school. Blah blah. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm thinking like, oh yeah, solid. He did me a solid. He ain't tell. Blah blah. I went back to school. Mom picked me up. Spilled the beans. She said, so where are you at today? I was like, oh, that's cool. So, that's not what your uncle said. Oh, came home. Pretty sure I got beat with the belt. got in trouble, and then that was on a Friday. So when Monday rolled around, skipped school again, went to the mall again. Rebel, I ain't give a fuck. Got back to the school, my dad was there waiting on me. They caught us when we were walking away. When we got back to school, they was already there waiting. It was all bad. My dad asked me in the car, he was like, "Are you on drugs?" Like, I said no. I'm pretty sure I wasn't. I wasn't even smoking like marijuana or anything like that at the time. So I was just being a fucking dumbass.
He asked if you were on drugs.
He's like, "You on drugs?" Like,
because you skipped school?
I skipped school Friday and they did it again. I skipped school Friday. He beat my ass. I did it again on Monday. Went to the same place. He started thinking, either you on drugs or you retarded. Like, the fuck? I was just a fucking idiot. What's your story?
And me and my cousin, she was bigger. She was a lot older than me, like 5 years older.
And she was fat?
I'm not saying that, but yeah, she was a lot bigger.
Oh,
And
yeah.
we always would go to a cemetery and ride on a motor scooter. And we decided to go down this huge hill one day. And when we went down, we flipped so many. And she literally right on top of me.
Oh my
I have
god.
scars and everything. But we got up, we walked like 2 miles back to my aunt's house, and my mom and dad drove 3 hours to come and
Wow.
yeah. That was a crazy.
That's an awesome story.
But
So
I'm
moved.
good. I didn't break nothing.
Are you cool now? You good? Okay. All right, so yeah, that was story time with No Way Podcast, you know. Just telling our stories. What we do, you know. Any advice? We can go back to our old days, advice and bullshit.
Advice I would like to give is be kind and don't bite the hand that feeds you.
Don't take life for granted.
Always look both ways before crossing the street. All right, this has been the No Way Podcast, episode 15. Thank you for watching.